with another video, man. Y'all already know, man. We got to talk about Bayley. We got to talk about Bayley getting done dirty. Man, really WWE. We got to talk about Bayley getting fucked over. We got to talk about it. I definitely got to talk about it. First person hop on, hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. I'm about to go in. Wait for somebody to hop on, man. I'll go ahead and get right to it. All right, whoever that is, hit the like button. Whoever that is, hit the like button. Whoever watching, hit the like button for me. I'll go ahead and start since y'all here. All right, man. I want to talk about how Bayley got done dirty. WWE definitely did Bayley dirty. That was fucked up. That was fucked up all around. Actually, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Goldsboro, North Carolina, man. Where you from? Welcome to the chat. How you living? But anyway, let me go ahead and get back on topic. WWE did Bayley so dirty. They did Bayley so dirty. Switch Bayley and got Becky Lynch to take her spot just for Becky Lynch to win the title. Okay, all right, NJ Sports. They did Bayley so fucking dirty. You know what I'm saying? Got Becky Lynch to take Bayley's spot. They got Becky Lynch to take Bayley's spot at WrestleMania that Bayley rightfully earned, just so Bayley could go to WrestleMania and win the damn title. Now, either way you look at it, I was rooting for Liv Morgan and Raquel to retain, which is they should have. For the ones who don't know, I'm a massive fan of Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is one of my top favorite female wrestlers, just like Alexa Bliss. But the fact of the matter is, that was fucked up all around. They did Bayley so dirty. You know what I'm saying? Purposely got Becky Lynch to take Bayley's spot so Bayley can go to WrestleMania and win the title, and you know what I'm saying, and been out for a whole damn year. If that's not favoritism, and Becky Lynch being another privileged wrestler just like Charlotte Flair, then people are fucking delusional if they say it's not. Now, I happen to be a fan of Bayley as well. Bayley is one of my favorite female wrestlers. This is exactly why I'm up here doing a live video calling this bullshit out of how she got fucked over. Hell, Bayley is the only one who I like in the Four Horsewomen. I'm not a fan of Sasha Banks. I'm not a fan of Charlotte, and I'm not a fan of Becky Lynch. Bayley is the only one who I like in Four Horsewomen. I'm talking about Bayley. I'm talking about Bayley, you know what I'm saying, getting done dirty by not, you know what I'm saying, being a part of WrestleMania. You must not watch wrestling. If so, you in the wrong chat. But anyway, as I was saying, Bayley got done dirty. They purposely swapped Becky, you know what I'm saying? They purposely swapped Bayley for Becky Lynch so Becky Lynch could go to WrestleMania and win the title after being out for a whole damn year. I'm from North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina. Anyway, swap Bayley out. Purposely swap Bayley out so Becky Lynch can take her spot at WrestleMania 41 and win the title after you know what I'm saying, being out for a whole year. Purposely swap Bayley for Becky Lynch so Becky Lynch could take her spot and, you know what I'm saying, go to WrestleMania and win the title after being out for a whole year. Tell me if there's not some favoritism shit. And Becky Lynch is another privileged wrestler just like Charlotte. That was complete bullshit. But see, when I tell the truth about Becky Lynch as well, wrestling fans, they tend to get offended. They tend to get offended. Because the fact of the matter is they know what I'm saying about Becky Lynch be the damn truth. They know what I be saying about, you know what I'm saying, Becky Lynch be the damn truth. And they can't handle it. If you want to be a fan of Becky Lynch, that's fine. But at least own up to the damn facts and tell the truth. And then I don't give a shit who nobody choose to support. Now, I'm not gonna say Becky Lynch can't deliver in the ring. She can wrestle. Becky can go in that ring. But the fact of the matter is, she's another privileged wrestler too. People can say what they want to say. Now Becky Lynch is not like Charlotte Flair, but she's a privileged wrestler too. I'm just letting it be known. Yeah, she's not like Charlotte, but she's privileged too. And that's a whole fact. But the fact that they purposely, you know what I'm saying, swapped Bayley for Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch took her spot at WrestleMania just to win the title after she been out for a whole year. That is some fucked up shit. That is some fucked up shit. Come on now, come the fuck on. Now I'm not saying I didn't. Now I'm not saying I wanted Bayley Live Valkyrie to the throne, Liv Morgan and Raquel at you know what I'm saying, WrestleMania 41. Because I was definitely, you know what I'm saying, going for Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to retain the women's tag team championships. I was definitely going for Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to retain the women's tag team championships, which they should have at WrestleMania. But Triple H had to fuck up that call just because Becky Lynch returned. And not only he did Liv Morgan and Raquel dirty, not only he did, you know what I'm saying, Liv Morgan and Raquel dirty, he did Bayley dirty as well. This is why I'm doing a video about Bayley. Yeah, Liv Morgan, one of my top favorite female wrestlers, but Bayley is one of my favorite female wrestlers too. And I'm going to come to her defense on this because that was a fucked up call. Raquel Rodriguez is one of my favorites, but I do like her. But Liv Morgan and Bayley are two of my favorite female wrestlers, but I like Bayley better. Bayley is one of my top favorite female wrestlers. But either way, that was fucked up all around. Purposely swapped Bayley for Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. They had Becky Lynch to take Bayley's spot at WrestleMania just so she could win a title after being out for a whole damn year. Come on now. If that's not some favoritism shit, that was fucked up. And this is why I'm calling out the fuckery about Bayley. Well, Bayley did nothing wrong, but I'm calling out the fuckery about how WWE did Bayley dirty. They could have had Becky Lynch to return on Monday Night Raw last night. and she feuds with Laura Valkyria. They could have done it like that. Come on now. So WrestleMania 41, it wasn't all that good, which is I've been said that because the card was all fucked up. Rhea Ripley won the fucking title back when Liv Morgan should not have lost that feud or the damn title. Triple H purposely let that feud go on for a long time, just so Rhea could win the damn thing back. But Liv Morgan carried Rhea Ripley through the whole damn feud and made her relevant. So that was a fucked up call right there. I also pissed off about Liv Morgan losing the title to Rhea Ripley and she lost that feud, you know what I'm saying? I turned from Dirty on Netflix. I did not watch no more of that shit. That's how fucking, you know what I'm saying, hot I was. I was on fire. So then, you know, went to that. Liv Morgan gets fucked. Liv Morgan and Raquel, you know what I'm saying? Both, you know what I'm saying? When Liv Morgan gets fucked over once again at WrestleMania 41, right along with Raquel Rodriguez, and both of them lose the women's tag team championships. And Bayley got fucked up in the midst of it too, because Becky Lynch was set to return. So he's going to swap Bayley out for Becky Lynch to take her spot at WrestleMania 41 and win the damn title after being out for a whole damn year. Now you tell me if there's not some favoritism shit. That's favoritism shit all around. That just proved how privileged Becky Lynch was. He couldn't have waited to fucking book Becky Lynch to return on the night after WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw last night. And then she started a feud with Liv Valkyria. He couldn't have done it like that. That's some fucked up shit, man. Purposely swapped Bayley for Becky Lynch at WrestleMania just so Becky Lynch could win the title after being out for a whole damn year. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Bayley has been busting her ass day in and day out, you know what I'm saying, performing in that ring, wrestling every day. She even put over Laura Valkyria. You know what I'm saying? And Bayley rightfully earned her spot at WrestleMania, and it gets taken away from her because, you know what I'm saying, Triple H wants to show favoritism. Triple H wants to show favoritism and book Becky to come back and win the damn title just like that after being out for a whole damn year. Seriously, bro. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. I mean, seriously. And this is why I'm calling out the fuckery. Although, you know, they didn't keep them long and Becky turned on live, but still, that was terrible booking. That was terrible booking. If I would have booked WrestleMania 41, if I was the head of creative WWE, WrestleMania 41 would have been a solid ass show. Would have disappointed nobody. It would have been a solid ass show because Liv Morgan, you know what I'm saying, Liv Morgan, I would have booked Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan at WrestleMania for the Women's World Title, and Alexa Bliss be the person to dethrone Liv Morgan at WrestleMania 41 for the Women's World Title in a great match, but walk out the new Women's World Champion. I would have booked Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, and Tiffany Stratton be the person to break Bianca's streak, and she retains her Women's World Title. I would have booked Roxanne Perez versus Bayley at WrestleMania 41. And notice that feud just fucking faded away. That feud just faded away. We had something right there. Imagine what we could have got if we could have got Roxanne Perez versus Bayley at WrestleMania. That would have been like, that would have been like teacher versus student. Because Roxanne Perez is a huge fan of Bayley. She looked up to Bayley. Bayley was a role model to her. So imagine that. So I would have booked Roxanne Perez versus Bayley at WrestleMania. Tell you, Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan at WrestleMania, that shit would have been trending. Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca at WrestleMania, that would have been trending. Roxanne Perez versus Bayley at WrestleMania. That shit would have been trending. So I would have booked Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan at WrestleMania for the Women's World Title, and Alexa Bliss be the president to the throne, Liv Morgan for the Women's World Title, and it's a great match. But she walks out the new Women's World Champion. I would have booked Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania for the Women's World Title, and Tiffany Stratton would have been the person to break Bianca Belair's streak at WrestleMania and retain her Women's World Title, and a great match. But walk out still Women's World Champion. I would have booked Roxanne Perez versus Bayley at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? That would have been an outstanding concept. Like I said, it would have been like teacher versus student. And then that would have been Roxanne Perez's very first WrestleMania that she, you know what I'm saying, participated in at 23 years old. And you know what I'm saying, and Roxanne Perez would have won. I would have booked Roxanne Perez to, you know what I'm saying, get put over. I would have booked Roxanne Perez to win her very first WrestleMania at 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, later down the line, she could look back and she could say, you know, she won her first WrestleMania at 23 years old. So I definitely would have booked Roxanne Perez to win at WrestleMania, you know what I'm saying, at a very young age or whatever, because she definitely would have deserved that. And, you know, it would have, you know what I'm saying, that right there would definitely elevated her, you know what I'm saying, career. It would have elevated her, you know what I'm saying, resume. Definitely would have elevated her resume. And Roxanne Perez would have deserved that WrestleMania win against Bayley. Because, you know what I'm saying, Bayley has been in the business has been in the, you know what I'm saying, wrestling game for a long time. Roxanne Perez is the much younger talent. It's a 12-year difference. It's a 12 or 13-year difference between Roxanne Perez and Bayley. So Bayley definitely wouldn't have need to win. Roxanne Perez would have deserved that win because she's a hot young talent. So Roxanne Perez would have went over at WrestleMania at a very young age. You know what I'm saying? And so then I also would have booked, instead of John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, I would have booked Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes. And then, you know, he turns on Cody. You know what I'm saying? He wins the title at WrestleMania. He brings it back to the bloodline is no more. I'm trying to see how could I do this. Because the bloodline is no more. The bloodline is no more. They done said, well, the bloodline is no more. So there wouldn't have been no reason for to book Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes. Nah, I would have kept it at John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Fuck it. I would have kept it at John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, and John Cena, and the same exact thing would have happened. Cena would have won the title. Because I'm sorry, it wouldn't have made no sense. You got this full blown heel John Cena now. But book him to lose to Cody at WrestleMania, Cody retains the title. That just would have made no sense. This guy's a heel now. And knows how to talk on the microphone. So yeah, I definitely would have booked John Cena to win. I would have kept it at Jey Uso versus Gunther. Fuck it. I would have kept it at Jey Uso versus Gunther. I would have kept it at Jey Uso versus Gunther. Fuck it. Why not? Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Yeah, I would have kept that match. I would have went on and kept that. But Roman would have won. I don't care what nobody say. I would have booked Roman to win. I would have booked Roman to win. But that's just my opinion. You agree to disagree if you like. I don't care. And what's another match that was on the WrestleMania card? I think I would have booked Jey Uso versus LA Knight at WrestleMania. I would have booked Jimmy Uso versus LA Knight at WrestleMania. Because, you know what I'm saying, Jey Uso wins the world title and Jimmy Uso wins the mid-card title. Both of them win 2 singles titles, and I would have booked it where when Jey Uso won his title, Jimmy Uso won his title first, and Jey Uso goes out there with his title, and Jimmy Uso goes. I would have booked it just like Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. That would have been a Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero moment. Two brothers, two, you know what I'm saying, Two brothers finally winning both of their singles titles. So I would have booked that moment like Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. I would have booked that moment like Chris Benoit, and then later on down the line, I would have booked Jacob Fatu to the throne, Jimmy Uso for the world title. Because that would have drew a lot of viewers. Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso, both of them winning, both of the Usos winning winning their, you know what I'm saying, first singles titles at WrestleMania. I would have booked it like that. So my card would have been solid, as you can see. Well, some may disagree, but oh well, I don't care. I still know what the hell I say. I still know what the hell I said. Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan at WrestleMania 41 for the Women's World title would have been trending. Tiffany Stratton versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania for the Women's World title, you know what I'm saying? That would have been trending. Roxanne Perez versus Bayley at WrestleMania 41, that would have been trending. I would have been getting a whole lot of damn views. I would have had a lot of people talking about my WrestleMania 41 product. I'd have had a lot of people talking about it. Because I would have booked it solid. Alexa Bliss would have been a present to the throne. Liv Morgan at WrestleMania for the Women's World title in a great match, but walks out the new Women's World Champion. Tiffany Stratton would have been a person to break Bianca Belair's streak at WrestleMania 41 in a great match, but walks out and still the Women's World Champion. Roxanne Perez would have, you know what I'm saying, beat Bayley at WrestleMania for 41, you know, since she's the much younger talent. This is her very first WrestleMania. Bayley done been around. Roxanne Perez, this is her very first WrestleMania, and she's very young. She's only 23 years old, so I would have gave her moment. Jay Uso versus Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Yeah, Jade Cargill would have won. Jade Cargill would have won that. So next, I would have kept it at John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, and John Cena would have been the person to beat the throne Cody at WrestleMania 41, which is how it really happened, and it should have happened like that. Instead of Jacob Fatu, you hate John Cena. Oh well. Anyway, instead of Jacob Fatu winning the United States Championship at WrestleMania, I would have booked Jimmy Uso versus LA Knight at WrestleMania, and Jimmy Uso would have been the person to the throne, LA Knight at WrestleMania 41. And I would have booked Jey Uso to the throne, booked at WrestleMania 41. So when Jey Uso wins this title, his brother Jimmy Uso could come out there with his United States Championship, and both of them look at each other like, start tearing up, crying, and they both hug each other because both of them actually won a singles title. You know what I'm saying? I would have made that a Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero moment. All right? And AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. AJ Styles and Logan Paul ain't two of my favorite wrestlers, but I do like them both. But yeah, I would have booked Logan Paul to win as well. I would have booked Logan Paul to win. I would have booked Logan Paul to go over. I would have booked Logan Paul to win. All right. Next up in line. Okay. Io Sky. Oh, no. Hold on. I just said the other one. No. Next match in line. What match would have been on the card? What else match would have been on the card? Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. I would have probably put that up there. It would have been a non-title match though. But then again, Charlotte being the way she is and Rhea Ripley being the way, I don't think I wouldn't put that fucking match on the card because both of them are two robotic crybabies. So I don't think I would have put that on the card. Although people would have tuned in for it. They would have tuned in for Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania in a non-title match. They would tune in for that, but Charlotte Flair being so fucking selfish, she wouldn't have wanted to compete at WrestleMania and it's not been for a title. And I don't think Rhea Ripley would have neither. Because both of them are two, you know what I'm saying, robotic crybabies. Both of them. Rhea Ripley is a Charlotte Flair 2.0 as well. She's a Charlotte Flair 2.0. She's a Charlotte Flair 2.0. So I wouldn't have cared about that fucking match. But Randy Orton, yeah, he definitely would have been competing in WrestleMania. And to book him versus LA Knight, not LA Knight, but Joe Hendry. We all know who Joe Hendry is from, you know what I'm saying, TNA Wrestling. He's definitely a top talent in TNA Wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Joe Hendry is definitely the top guy in TNA right now. You know what I'm saying? He's highly over. You know, the crowd love him, the fans love him. You know what I'm saying? He has that American guy character. You know what I'm saying? So he's highly over in TNA, and Joe Hendry is definitely a top talent in TNA. So yes, I would have booked Joe Hendry. Yeah, I would have booked Joe Hendry to face. No, I would have booked Randy opponent to be Joe Hendry from TNA Wrestling. But that match would have been. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny when Joe Hendry looked at that camera, smelling like he smiled, and Randy Orton came out of nowhere with an RKO. Ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny as hell. That shit was funny. I hit that back like 5 times. I hit that shit back like you know what I'm saying, 5 times. But I would have made it a better match than that. I wouldn't have booked Joe Hendry to get squashed like that. You gotta think about it, man. This dude is a TNA World Champion, you know what I'm saying, Triple H. You booked the fucking man to get squashed. And I wouldn't have did all that. I at least would have booked this match to go probably about maybe 20 minutes. Booked the fucking man to get squashed like that, man. He just booked him to get squashed. I would have made it a better match. I would have made it a 4-star match at best. This match would have been a 4-star match at best. I would have gave Joe Hendry his moment to look good at WrestleMania rather than him get squashed. So that was another fucked up call. Don't get wrong, I don't care for Joe Hendry. I'm just speaking highly of him as a know what I'm saying, in-ring competitor. So yeah, I would have booked that match on the card. And what's another match that was on the card? Oh yeah, and the main event would have been Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. And Roman Reigns would have been the one to go over. Because I would have more so booked it as Roman Reigns getting his revenge on Seth Rollins. When Seth Rollins turned on him 11 years ago, he finally go ahead and beat the ghost of his past. He finally go ahead and beat the ghost of his past. That's how I would book it. Roman Reigns finally go ahead and get revenge on the ghost of his past. And he finally beat Seth Rollins in the ring. He finally beat Seth. Yeah, so Roman Reigns, I would have booked it as Roman Reigns. I would have booked Roman Reigns to beat Seth Rollins and CM Punk at WrestleMania. And then after the match, he beats the shit out of Paul Heyman. You know what I'm saying? I would have booked it like that. Because the fact of the matter is, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I would have. The reason why I would have booked Roman Reigns to beat Seth Rollins, the reason why I would have booked Roman Reigns to beat Seth Rollins and CM Punk at WrestleMania. Then after he beat both of them, he beats the shit out of Paul Heyman, leave him laid out, because Seth Rollins is the ghost of, you know what I'm saying, Roman Reigns' past. Seth Rollins is the ghost of Roman Reigns' past because he turned on Roman Reigns when they were the Shield. When they were the Shield group, Seth Rollins, you know what I'm saying, turned on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and you know what I'm saying, broke up the Shield. So Seth Rollins, so you know what I'm saying, so Seth Rollins is the ghost of Roman Reigns' past. So yes, Seth Rollins, so you know what I'm saying, Seth Rollins is the ghost of Roman Reigns' past. Seth Rollins is the ghost of Roman Reigns' past. So I definitely would have booked, you know what I'm saying, Roman Reigns to win. I would have booked Roman to win. Then after the match, he beats the shit out of Paul Heyman for turning on him for CM Punk, and he leave him laid out. And he walks out of WrestleMania of Las Vegas victorious, finally letting the past behind him. That's how I would have booked it. So my WrestleMania show definitely would have been a 10 out of 10 in my book. I would have made it a 10 out of 10. Because it would have been some solid ass matches up there. No matches would have missed. No matches would have missed. No matches. None. I mean, yeah, I don't have an issue about it. I don't have an issue about John Cena becoming a 17th time champion and beating, you know what I'm saying, Ric Flair world title record. I don't have a problem with it. And a lot of people taking up an issue with that, but I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with John Cena, you know what I'm saying, beating, you know what I'm saying, Ric Flair world title, you know what I'm saying, record. But I tell you what though, I mean, it was the right call though. It was the right call. Oh, that's what's up. But it was the right call. Why did Cody Rhodes need to retain at WrestleMania? John Cena is a heel. John Cena being a heel is something that all the fans has been wanting for over a damn decade. This is a long time coming. And then being that was his last work. This is going to be his last, you know what I'm saying, run as a champion. And now that he's, you know what I'm saying, a heel, this is going to be John Cena's run as a champion in wrestling and ever competing in WrestleMania again. Yes, he definitely should have won the title. He definitely should have been the obvious choice to beat Cody at WrestleMania for the title. That made a lot of sense. It wouldn't have made no sense for Cody to lose at WrestleMania. I mean, for John Cena to lose at WrestleMania, and he's a heel. And he's killing it as a heel. He is killing it. So the right person won at WrestleMania 41. It wouldn't have made no sense for Cody to win. I'm sorry, that would have hurt John Cena if he would have lost at WrestleMania. That would have hurt him. Now, one thing I will say, that's fucked up. The Rock didn't go out there and support John Cena now. That's fucked up. The Rock did not come out there and show his face and support John Cena. Also helped John Cena win this match. Come on now, Rock. Come on now, Rock. Out of all people, your ass should have been out there at WrestleMania 41, you know what I'm saying, to help John Cena win the match. I hope she's okay. That's all I can say, Francie Bros. I hope she's okay. I mean, thank God that was a thank God that barricade was securely, you know what I'm saying, solid. Thank God that barricade was securely, you know what I'm saying, solid. Cause if he would have ran into her with that 4-wheeler and that barricade was weak, he would have hurt her real bad. Not just this, a couple of more people. Cause them my 4-wheelers are big. And I hope she's okay. I hope she's okay. But anyway, man, you know, so yeah. The right person win. Cody didn't need to retain that title. If Cody would have retained at WrestleMania, if Cody would have retained at WrestleMania, that would have been another fucked up call. All right, man. I'll see you later, man. See you later. That would have been another fucked up call if John Cena would have lost to Cody at WrestleMania. If John Cena would have lost at WrestleMania, that would have been another fucked up call. Cause what would have been the purpose of him turning heel? Then this is WrestleMania, and this is and know what I'm saying, know what I'm saying, and know what I'm saying, and this is John Cena last time ever being a champion and competing in the ring again, and ever competing again at WrestleMania. So he definitely, you know what I'm saying, was the right person to win. He definitely was the right person to win the title at WrestleMania. And he beat Ric Flair's record, and I had no problem with it at all. He beat Ric Flair world title, you know what I'm saying, record, and I have no problem with it at all. Like I said, the right call was made. But Bayley, she got fucked over, man. She got fucked over. There's no other way to put that. Purposely booked Becky to purposely booked Becky Lynch to, purposely booked Bayley to fall out so Becky Lynch can take her spot at WrestleMania and win a damn title after being out for a whole year. That is so privileged in every which way. That is favoritism in every which way. Like I said, Becky Lynch has been out for a whole damn year, and they booked Becky Lynch to take Bayley's spot at WrestleMania just to win the title, and after being out for a whole year. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Bayley has been busting her ass, wrestling in that ring, you know what I'm saying, and rightfully earned her WrestleMania spot at you know what I'm saying, WrestleMania 41. Rightfully earned her spot at WrestleMania 41. Seriously. Purposely booked Becky Lynch to take Bayley's spot at WrestleMania 41 just so Becky Lynch could win the title after being out for a whole year. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, Bayley has been busting her ass, you know what I'm saying, to earn her spot at WrestleMania 41, and it gets taken away from her over another privileged wrestler that's been out for a whole year and wins the damn title. I know Bayley was pissed off. I know Bayley was pissed off. And she had every fucking right to be. Because that was some complete bullshit. Hell, I'm mad for Bayley. I'm also mad for Bayley. Because like I said, it was complete bullshit. They couldn't book Bayley to return the night after WrestleMania last night and put Live Valkyria, you know what I'm saying, on notice. They could have done it like that. They could have booked Alexa Bliss to return last night on Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, and she you know what I'm saying, puts, you know what I'm saying, Live Valkyria on notice for her women's IC title. They could have done it like that. And Becky Lynch go to Adam Pearce to earn a title opportunity against Live Valkyria. She do that. Put Live Valkyria on notice or whatever. Go out there and tell her she's going to charge for that title. But what she's going to do, she's going to go to the back and she's going to ask Adam Pearce that she want to wrestle a match to earn a title shot against Live Valkyria. That's how they could have done it. She could have been like, Live Valkyria, I have a tremendous amount of respect for you. I'm here to tell you, I want to challenge you for that women's IC title, but I'm going to go to Adam Pearce and find an opponent to wrestle, so I can earn that title shot against you. Could have done it like that. And then what they do is they book a pay-per-view. Live Valkyria and Becky Lynch wrestles at WrestleMania Backlash. Live Valkyria retains. Then Becky Lynch, she gets, you know what I'm saying, then Becky Lynch gets, you know what I'm saying, then Becky Lynch, you know what I'm saying, gets, you know what I'm saying, pissed off, and she turns on Live Valkyria, viciously attack her after the match. Then we get the rubber match. We get the rubber match after that. And they could do it at SummerSlam. So like I said, they could have fucking done it like that. So Triple H hurt Bayley. That shit hurt her. That was fucked up all around, man. And that's why I'm calling this bullshit out. Bayley got fucked over in every which way. There's no other way to put that. She got fucked over. Purposely, you know what I'm saying, purposely replaced Bayley with Becky Lynch just so Becky Lynch can go to WrestleMania and know what I'm saying, win a title after being out for a whole year. But meanwhile, on the other hand, Bayley has been busting her ass to earn her WrestleMania spot, and it gets taken away from her over a damn privileged wrestler that has been out for a whole year. Come on now. Come the fuck on. There's no other way to put that. Same shit with Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair, just like that time when Ronda Rousey was the SmackDown Women's Champion a couple of years ago. Charlotte Flair was out for a long time. As soon as she returns, goes right to the ring and asks for a title shot against Ronda Rousey, which is what you know what I'm saying, Vince McMahon booked. Charlotte Flair, as soon as she returned, you know what I'm saying, when Ronda Rousey was the SmackDown, you know what I'm saying, when Ronda Rousey was the SmackDown Women's Champion a couple of years ago, when Charlotte Flair was out for all that time, she returns and asks for a title shot against Ronda Rousey, and of course WWE booked it, Vince McMahon booked it, and Charlotte Flair won the damn title right from Ronda Rousey on her first night back. So that's almost like deja vu over again with Becky Lynch returning and winning the title at WrestleMania, and she was out for a whole damn year. Now right there, I just said it all. Right there, I just said it. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair are two privileged wrestlers. Because the same damn thing that happened to Ronda Rousey when Charlotte Flair returned a couple of years ago and won the title, the same damn thing happened to Bayley. It's kind of similar. Only difference is they booked Bayley to get taken out in the back, just so Becky Lynch can swap her spot, hop in and take her spot and win a title at WrestleMania after being out for a whole damn year. Meanwhile, like I said, Bayley has been busting her ass to earn her WrestleMania spot, and it gets taken away from her over another damn privileged wrestler that's been out for a whole damn year. Didn't deserve to win that title at all. She been out for a whole damn year. Then on top of that, Liv Morgan and Raquel shouldn't have dropped those women tag team titles. More than anything, Liv Morgan should have gotten her WrestleMania moment and retained that title, right along with Raquel Rodriguez. But no, Triple H, he had to fuck Liv Morgan over once again. Not only he did it at, you know what I'm saying, Raw on Netflix, you know what I'm saying, he did this shit again. WrestleMania 41, Liv Morgan lose her title. She gets screwed over again. She gets fucked over again. But like I said, she won them back, so I'm good. But a WrestleMania win for Liv Morgan retaining one half of her women's tag team championship would have been nice. You know what I'm saying? Liv Morgan retaining one half of her women's tag team championship. You know what I'm saying? Liv Morgan retaining one half of her women's tag team championship at WrestleMania would have, you know what I'm saying, would have been epic. That would have been epic. So yeah, man. But that's fucked up how he did Bayley. Honestly, if I'm being honest, Bayley got the worst of this shit. Bayley got the worst of it. Bayley got the worst of it because she got taken out. Purposely got taken out of WrestleMania. She got her spot taken from her by Becky Lynch. She got her spot taken by her by Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch, you know what I'm saying, goes to WrestleMania and wins the title, like I said, after being out for a whole damn year. That says it all. That says it all. But yet though, Alexa Bliss returns at the Women's Royal Rumble, arguably gets the biggest pop. But now she's back off TV. But like I said, Becky Lynch returns and wins the title at WrestleMania on the first damn night. That says it all right there. That says it all right there. And for the ones who don't know, I'm a massive fan of Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is my top favorite female wrestler. I've been a fan of Alexa Bliss for a long time. I've been a massive fan of Alexa Bliss for almost a decade. I don't go against Alexa Bliss for nobody. So that's exactly why, you know, I had to, know what I'm saying, say something about Alexa Bliss getting fucked over as well. Because she returned at WrestleMania, got the biggest pop. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't win the damn thing. And I know why, because Charlotte Flair was in that fucking ring. Alexa Bliss should have won that Women's Royal Rumble. Alexa Bliss should have been the one to win the Women's Royal Rumble, not Charlotte. I know what I'm saying. Alexa Bliss should have been the person to win the Women's Royal Rumble because, like I said, she was out for damn near 3 years. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? Alexa Bliss should have been the person to win the Women's Royal Rumble. I don't care what nobody say because off top of that, you know what I'm saying? Not only Alexa Bliss, you know what I'm saying, got the biggest pop, but Alexa Bliss has never won a WrestleMania match. So Alexa Bliss was definitely, you know what I'm saying, my top main pick to win the Women's Royal Rumble. But no, of course she didn't win the damn thing because Charlotte Flair was in there. And of course they were going to put her spoiled ass to get, you know what I'm saying, put over, as usual. But I'm glad this time her ass didn't win the title in the process. Good. Because I'm a massive fan of Tiffany Stratton as well. Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan are two of my top favorite female wrestlers, but I like Alexa Bliss better. Like I said, I don't go against Alexa Bliss for nobody. But Bayley, that's just fucked up, man. Bayley is a hard worker. And like I said, Bayley is the only one who I like in the Four Horsewomen. I used to be a fan of Sasha Banks a long time ago, but Sasha Banks' ego got exposed when she walked out of WWE. And now she's in AEW. Then when she requested that 6 feet rule that time at the autograph signing, man, I would have turned right the fuck around. I would have turned right the fuck around and went right in Trish Stratus' line and got me an autograph with Trish Stratus with a picture that we're actually close up together in the pic. She got her arm around me and I got my arm around her and we take a picture together. And I go on with my day and I take the picture, you know what I'm saying? You know that you know what I'm saying? Me and her took together. I would have posted on Facebook as my cover photo. Put it on X and Instagram and tagged her in it so she can see both of the pictures and like and repost it on the X page and repost it on her Instagram page and possibly follow me back on X and Instagram both. Because I've been a massive fan of Trish Stratus for over 2 decades, you know what I'm saying? Trish Stratus is my first ever favorite female wrestler of the Attitude Era. So yeah, I've been a massive fan of Trish Stratus for over 2 decades. But anyway, and not all of that, Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, is one of the most selfish fucking female wrestlers of all time in AEW. And that's exactly why none of the AEW female wrestlers do not like working with her. Because she don't want to put talent over. All them damn titles, and she don't want to put nobody over. That's why when it finally comes, you know what I'm saying? When it finally comes down to Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's Championship, I hope like hell Toni Storm retains. I hope like hell Toni Storm retains and do not put her over so Mercedes Moné can get a taste of her own medicine of not wanting to put talent over. So yeah, I'm no longer, so like I said, Bayley is the only one who I like in the Four Horsewomen. I'm not a fan of Mercedes Moné. I'm not a fan of Charlotte Flair, and I'm not a fan of Becky Lynch. I used to be a fan of Becky Lynch in 2017 and 2018, but her character got stale. Her character became annoying, you know what I'm saying? That the man character, it was annoying. The shit was annoying. I couldn't take it. I said, look, I just stopped supporting Becky. I used to be a fan of Becky Lynch too in 2017, but when they gave her that new character, the man, I couldn't take it. She you know what I'm saying? Her character was it was annoying. That the man character was annoying. I couldn't take it, so I stopped supporting her. So like I said, the only person who I like in the Four Horsewomen is Bayley. I'm not a fan of Mercedes Moné. I'm not a fan of Becky Lynch, and I'm not a fan of Charlotte. None of those three. None of them. So yeah, man. So Bayley is the only one who I like in the Four Horsewomen. To me, Bayley is the real one. Bayley is the real one. Bayley is the real one in the Four Horsewomen. She's the real one. She's the only one who I fuck with. Bayley, the only one who I know what I'm saying, fuck with in the four horsewomen. Bayley, the only one who I, yeah, know what I'm saying. Bayley, the only one who I, know what I'm saying, fuck with in the four horsewomen. Fuck the other three. The hell with the other three. I'm not a fan of Mercedes Bonet. No, yeah. I'm not a fan of Mercedes Bonet. I'm not a fan of. Sorry, no, it was my fault. I'm not a fan of Mercedes Bonet. I'm not a fan of Becky Lynch, and I'm definitely not a fan of Charlotte Flair. So the hell with those three. Bayley is the only one who I like in the four horsewomen, and she's the hard worker. Bayley don't complain. She goes out there and she gets it done, and Bayley will put talent over. Bayley will put talent over. Bayley is a pure hard work. You can tell that Bayley is dedicated to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Bayley is dedicated to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Bayley is dedicated to it, you know what I'm saying, wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Bayley is dedicated to wrestling. Bayley goes out there and she gets it done, and Bayley will put talent over. Bayley will put talent over. That's why I'm mad about Bayley. That's why I'm mad about Bayley's spot getting it taken away from her. That's why I'm so mad about Bayley's spot getting taken away from her at WrestleMania 41. That's it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's fucked up, man. That's exactly why, yeah. That's exactly why I'm mad about Bayley's spot getting taken away from her at WrestleMania, and Becky takes her spot just to win a damn title after being out for a whole year. But meanwhile, on the other hand, like I said, Bayley's been the one busting her ass, you know what I'm saying, to earn her WrestleMania spot. And it just gets taken away from her over a privileged wrestler that's been out for a whole year and wins the title. And meanwhile, Liv Morgan gets fucked over once again in the process. She gets fucked over once again in the process, just like she did when she lost the feud in the title to Rhea Ripley. And I was beyond pissed. I was hot. I was on fire, man. I was so damn hot about that. I was on fire. I felt like I was about to turn into the Ghost Rider. But like I said, Liv Morgan and Raquel won the titles back. So hopefully this time Triple H won't fuck up the call. Now who need to win them tag team titles from them is Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross when Alexa Bliss returns and they bring back the Wyatt Six. Because what I think is Alexa Bliss is going to be a part of Wyatt Six. Now I will be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Wyatt Six has became a failure. Wyatt Six became a failure. Just like I predicted. So I'm glad Alexa Bliss didn't join them. But what I think when they return, Alexa Bliss will. So I'm going to just have to go with the flow. But I'm pretty sure it's going to lead to her and Nikki Cross being the ones to beat Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, you know what I'm saying, for the Women's Tag Team Championship, possibly at SummerSlam. But we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, Bayley got fucked over like that. Like I said, Bayley, to me, Bayley is the real one in the four horsewoman. Bayley is the only one who I, you know what I'm saying? Bayley is the only one who I fuck with in the four horsewomen. Because she's the real one. She's the real one. She don't mind putting over talent. She don't mind putting over talent. She don't mind doing her job. Bayley ain't going to complain. She don't mind doing her job. But I know damn well she is, you know what I'm saying, pissed off about getting her spot taken away from her, you know what I'm saying, for Becky Lynch. When Becky Lynch been out for a whole damn year, she wins the damn title. So like I said, man, they did Bayley dirty. They did Bayley dirty. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down. I done went on long enough and said the mouthful. So thanks everybody for watching and sharing your comments about my thoughts and my takes about Bayley getting done dirty. So with that being said, it's your boy Hitman D. I'm gonna sign out.
man.